One quiet fall morning, Ranger Sarah Fontaine was on routine patrol along Highway 93 in Banff National Park when an urgent radio call from the North Lookout broke the silence. Long line of cars stopped near Hector Lake, but no accidents or construction. Sensing unease in her colleague's voice, Sarah accelerated her patrol car. Upon arrival, she was stunned to see hundreds of tourists standing silently along the asphalt, their cars abandoned. They weren't panicking or shouting, just staring down the road. In the distance, a massive wall of brown fur approached. Hundreds of grizzly bears, standing shoulder to shoulder, calm and unaggressive, gazing toward the Rocky Mountains. Sarah stepped out, the cold piercing her uniform. In her 12 years as a ranger, she'd never witnessed such a sight. The largest bear paced slowly, halting 10 meters away, sat, blinked once, and resumed staring at the Athabasca Peaks. An eerie silence enveloped the snowbirds. No wind, just stillness. A trembling tourist asked, "Do you know what's going on?" Sarah, hand on her walkie-talkie, shook her head at a loss for words. A little girl, clutching her father's hand, whispered, "They're guarding something." Sarah noticed fresh, unusually deep claw marks on a nearby tree stump, and a black crow cawed before vanishing into the trees. At the ranger station, Sarah consulted Bertrand, a retired Jasper Ranger. Describing the bears, she saw him pause before saying, "The earth is breathing again, my dear." When she asked if he meant an earthquake, he shook his head. "No, nature is warning." He shared a Cree legend that when bears guard the mountains, the earth is shifting. That afternoon, Sarah and wildlife photographer Daniel returned to the scene. Daniel's hands shook too much to fly his drone, overwhelmed by the bears' unmoving blockade. They sat or stood, all facing north, where clouds gathered despite a clear forecast. The air felt thick, the silence oppressive. Sarah guided tourists to a safe area near the station. Soon, the ground quivered faintly, a deep rumble growing like the earth's sigh. Trees shook, dust rose, and rocks tumbled as screams pierced the air. Sarah and Daniel ducked into the car, debris pelting the roof. When the shaking stopped, the bears remained unshaken, still gazing at the mountains. Daniel, restarting his camera, whispered, "It's not instinct, it's memory." They knew. A 4.9 magnitude earthquake was confirmed, with no casualties due to the evacuation. Remarkably, the road where the bear stood was unscathed, without a single crack. Biologists noted unusual migration steer, elk wolves shifting routes across hundreds of kilometers before the quake. Locals dubbed it the day the mountain watchers appeared. Media headlines blared. Hundreds of bears blocked highway, saving lives. Sarah avoided interviews, staying to observe. Over days, people left flowers, dream catchers, and bear totems roadside. A wooden totem pole rose where the lead bear had sat, facing Mount Athabasca. Children brought candles, bear sketches, and notes reading, "Thank you, guardians of the deep forest." The government closed a section of Highway 93 for the fall. Not for repairs, but respect, naming it the Burwatch Trail. In November, Sarah returned alone with her father's waterproof notebook. Sitting by the totem pole amid overgrown weeds, she felt the same eerie quiet. She wrote, "We think we own this place, but we're only guests. Bears don't act on instinct. They remember what humans forgot." A crow's caw echoed as she buried the notebook at the totem's base, whispering, "Thank you." Standing, she spotted a deep bear footprint in the wet ground facing the woods. She didn't follow. The print was enough to know they lingered. Researchers later traced the quake to a deep Rockies fault, but none could explain why the bear's path remained intact. The University of British Columbia invited Sarah to study disaster prevention behavior, but she declined. "I don't want to explain. I want to listen." The Banff station displayed a photo of the bear wall, captioned, "Memory lives in the muscles. Sometimes the earth whispers and the bear listens." Each spring, locals clean the totem, light candles, and leave feathers. Tourists now pass silently, as if entering sacred ground, and children learn bears are forest guardians. The next spring, Sarah stood before the fading footprint, gazing skyward, feeling the forest as home. A bear emerged briefly from the trees, then vanished noiselessly. Sarah smiled, walking away, knowing the story would endure. The earth had spoken, and those who listened understood. No proof was needed, just reverence. Scientists documented, but locals called it the Athabasca miracle. The Burwatch Trail, once a highway, became a pilgrimage. Though no longer a ranger, Sarah returned yearly to honor the bear's memory. Trusting in mysteries beyond explanation, like a footprint in the wild. This tale, a testament to nature's wisdom and humanity's humility, inspires awe, urging all to heed the silent warnings of the earth and cherish its guardians.